Not such a fool, my dear, that I'd walk into a trap. Suppose this man is alive. In London, I'm safe. In the Argentine, he'd be waiting for me. And if I went to Australia, he'd be waiting for me. And if I stepped ashore in Cape Town... No, little Cora Ann. You can't catch me.
Very well, Meister. Then perhaps you'll see me to the door.
Of course, my dear. I only hope the rain has stopped.
No, I've got my car outside. Oh, you seem to be well protected here, at least. These bolts.
No, one can't be too careful.
No, don't come out. You'll only get wet. Goodbye.
Good night.
Mr. Meister?
Yes? Yes, who is it?
Central Inspector Bliss of Scotland Yard. Everything all right here, Mr. Meister?
Yes, quite all right.
Yeah. Has Miss Lenley's brother, John Lenley, been here tonight?
Yes. Is there anything wrong?
No. I thought I saw him leave, but I didn't see him arrive.
Really? And why are you interested, Mr. Bliss?
Just looking after you like a father, Mr. Meister. Good night.
Yes, coming. Where's Hackett got to, not answering the phone? Hello, yes.
Morris, it's Mary here. Mary Lenley.
Oh, yes, Mary, my dear. I've missed you all day. I understand you've seen your brother.
Yes, he's terribly suspicious.
Suspicious? Well, I wish he had something to be suspicious about.
Morris, I shan't be able to stay tomorrow evening. That's what I'm ringing
Oh, now,
about.
don't be silly. You can't have your life governed and directed by Johnny. Besides, he looks like being in prison again soon.
Morris, what do you mean?
Well, Johnny he's really rather a naughty boy. I've tried to hide things from you, but it's been awfully difficult.
Hide things from me? What things?
Well, I don't want to tell you.
Morris, you must.
Well, what do you think the young fool's done? Only put his name to a cheque for £400. I've got the cheque here.
Oh, can't you destroy it?
Well, yes, I suppose I could, but I'm a lawyer, Mary. I don't like destroying evidence, and Johnny's been here to see me tonight, and he's been very vindictive. If only in self-defense, I feel I've got to keep this thing. Now, look, Mary, are you there?
Yes, Morris?
Well, I want to talk to you about Johnny and everything. I can't now on the phone. I'm being overheard. Now, come round to supper tonight, the way I told you.
You know I can't.
But why not?
The last time I came, you were impossible, and people are talking about Gwenda Milton.
All right. If you don't want to come, don't. Why the hell should I worry my head about Johnny? Why should I?
Oh, Morris, please, don't be unreasonable. If you really want...
I don't care whether you do or whether you don't. So I'm not going on my knees for you or any other woman. Now go away and live in the country, Mary. But Johnny won't go with you, believe me.
Morris, all right, I'll come tonight. You know I will. What time?
Well, come about 11.
All right, Morris, I will.
And if you want a chaperone, Mary, bring the ringer.
No, Morris, don't. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Number, please.
New Cross 1288.
New Cross 1288.
Hello. Flounders Lane Police Station, Sergeant Carter here.
Oh, good evening. Is Inspector Wembury there?
Who's speaking, please?
Mr. Morris Meister.
Yes, Master. Wembury here.
Mr. Wembury. Have a man on the roof of 57 Camden Crescent tonight.
What time?
9. Yes, about 9.
Sergeant Carter?
Yes, sir.
Put a man on the roof of 57 Camden Crescent right away.
Very good, sir.
Sergeant Brown.
Sir?
Put a man on roof of 57 Camden Crescent. And get moving.
I'll go myself, sir.
Oh, what's all that in need of? Expecting a burglary.
Yes. One of Meister's dirtier tricks.
What is it?
Somebody he wants out of the way. Somebody I can't warn.
Oh, that job's done. It's a dirty night for roof work.
What's the weather doing outside, Sergeant?
Drizzling. Wind's dropped, so it'll be a fight between the fog and the rain.
Charge them both, for God's sake, Sergeant Carter.
You don't like London, Doctor?
What a country. What a climate. Fog and rain. There are moments when I regret leaving India and travelling home from Gibraltar with a member of the government.
Bliss says you won't stick it for a year.
Bliss? He hopes so. I tell you, I'm staying till the ringer's caught. Bliss doesn't like me. I don't know why.
Do you know anybody he does like? Except Bliss.
Do you know Bliss very well?
No, not very well. I never met him until he returned from America.
Good evening, all.
Well, talk of the devil. Good evening, Mr. Bliss.
Sergeant Carter,
That's right, sir.
I want a gun.
I beg your pardon.
I want an automatic.
Well, that's right, Sergeant. Central Inspector Bliss from Scotland Yard wants an automatic. What do you want it for, Bliss? Going ratting?
Yes, but you needn't be afraid, Wembury.
Well, here's the gun.
Thanks.
What do you want it for, Bliss?
What's that got to do with you?
Quite a lot. This is my division.
Any reason why I shouldn't have it?
No.
Right. Well, I'll see you later, then.
I should sign for it, though.
Oh, yes, of course.
You seem to have forgotten the routine, Bliss.
Well, I've been away from this damn country. You know that.
Sign me here, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Bliss.
Good evening, Professor. Have you caught the ringer yet?
No, not yet, but I dare say I could put my hand on him.
You think so? You've got a theory, eh?
A conviction. A very strong conviction.
You take a tip from me. Leave police work to policemen. Arthur Milton's a dangerous man.
Is it good weather for flying?
Rotten, the fog. What do I know about flying weather? Have you seen his wife lately?
No. Have you?
No, and I don't even know who she's living with.
Mr. Central Detective Inspector Bliss, do you realize you're speaking of a particular friend of mine?
Oh, she's caught you too, has she? My God, she does find them.
Maybe you've never heard of a woman having a disinterested friend.
Good Lord, yes, there's a fool born every minute.
Cynical swine.
Wembury, you're a bit of a sentimental Johnny too, aren't you?
That's my weakness.
That girl, Lenley, she's in Meister's office, isn't she?
You found that out, have you? You've the makings of a detective in you.
Sweet on her, they tell me.
Do they? Have you ever been in love, Bliss?
Me? No woman can make a fool of me.
It takes a clever woman to improve on God's handiwork. What are you doing down here, anyway?
I am doing your job.
Isn't he a peach?
It's curious that the inspector doesn't know station routine, isn't it, sir?
Everything about Mr. Bliss is curious, Sergeant. Bliss. Where the hell he got his name from, I'd like to know.
Perhaps it was his mother's...
Excuse me.
Yes, what is it?
My name's Lenley. I've got to report here.
That's right, yes. Well, come to the desk.
Good evening, Lenny.
Good evening, Inspector Wembury.
I heard you arrived.
Yes. Here are my papers, Sergeant.
A convict on license.
Your sister was glad to see you?
Yes.
I'd like to find a job for you, and I think I can.
Prisoner's Aid Society. No, thanks.
Where are you going tonight?
Up west. Why do you want to know?
Oh, I don't wish to know particularly. Sergeant, how far is it from this police station to Camden Crescent?
Not 2 minutes' walk, sir.
Well, not very far is it from Camden Crescent to this police station?
No, sir.
Lenny, I thought of taking a stroll up west myself. Will you come along and have a bit of dinner with me?
Sorry. I'm going to meet somebody. Everything okay, Sergeant?
Yes, all in order. The same address?
Yes, that's right. Same address. Good night, Sergeant.
Lenny!
Yes?
Good night, Lenny, if I don't see you again. God, what a young fool. I think, Carter, I'd better take a stroll round in the direction of... Oh, no, blast.
Oh, good evening, Doctor.
Mr. Meister.
The man of medicine and the man of law. This is almost a historic meeting.
What the devil are you doing out on a night like this?
You wouldn't know, Wembury. Why should you? But the doctor here will understand. I was escorted through the foggy streets, Doctor. Damn funny. Maestro of Flanders Lane with a police escort. Rich.
You can't stay here, you know, Master. You better go back to your house.
No, not yet. Not yet, Wembury. I've got a little supper party tonight, but that's later on. In the meantime, I can't stand my house, that's the truth. Hackett's cleared out and left me alone. I began to hear noises, little creaking, stealthy sort of noises. You've heard them when you're alone in the house. Windows that rattle as if somebody's trying to get in. Hands feeling along the panels in the wall. And feet, soft, stockinged feet, crossing the floor overhead. I'm lonely in that house, Doctor. Lonely and afraid.
Oh, here. What is all this?
Anything wrong, sir?
There is. Take his stick, Sergeant.
I'm afraid.
A sword stick, eh?
What's the matter with him, Lennon?
Oh, he's chock full of morphine. Help me, Sergeant, to get him into the next room.
It's all right. It's all right. You all right?
I'll give him an injection. But he ought to leave Deptford. The ringer's getting on top of him.
I know.
Say, is Dr. Longman here?
Oh, one moment, madam. I'll see. Excuse me, Inspector.
Yes?
There's a lady out here asking to see Dr. Longman.
Sure in. Why, it's Mrs. Milton.
Evening, Mr. Wembury. Is Dr. Longman not about?
He'll be here in a minute.
Oh, so this is a police station. My idea of hell, only not so bright. Say, Mr. Wembury, everyone's in uniform. Where's your fancy dress?
I keep that for wearing at parties.
He'll be all right soon. Sergeant Carter's with him.
Dr. Longman.
Why, look who's here. Cora Ann.
Now listen, Doctor, only my best friends call me Cora Ann.
And that's just what I'd like to be. So what can I do for you now, lady?
Well, I thought perhaps as I had to be in this part of London tonight, you might like to take me out for a meal.
Why, I'd love to, Cora, but...
But you're a butter, eh? Listen, Scotty, you won't have to pay for the dinner.
That's certainly an inducement.
And I need to talk to you urgently.
About your late husband.
Don't forget that widow stuff. He's alive.
I know. And I've got work to do.
Work? I know the work. You're trying to hang Arthur Milton. That's your idea of work. All right, then. You won't dine with me, Dr. Longman. And I don't like your Highland manners. You may have saved me a little money, but you might have saved yourself a whole lot of trouble.
What do you mean, lassie?
I'm going to be frank with you, Doctor. I've a kind of hunch there is only one man in God's wide world that will ever catch Arthur Milton, and that man is you. I might have been able to stop you if you'd come out to dinner with me tonight. But now...
What now, lady?
Oh, I think I'll go and have supper and a music lesson at the same time. I have a friend who plays the piano very, very well.
That sounds like a threat to me.
Doctor, I wish you wouldn't make love to the ringer's wife.
What do you mean?
I don't want two tragedies on my mind.
Ah,
Sergeant Carter. How's Mr. Meister now?
He's all right, sir.
Hello, they've picked up Langley, sir. Let's see him outside now.
Oh.
Well, bring him in, Sergeant Brown. Up to the desk, that's it.
Acting on information, I was on duty of the roof of 57 Camden Crescent, and I saw this man come up through the attic trap door. I kept him under observation and saw him searching behind a cistern. I then arrested him.
And what is the charge?
I charge him with being on enclosed premises for the purpose of committing a felony.
What's in that bag?
Nothing.
Well, Lenley?
Thank you, Wembury. If I'd had the brains of a gnat, I shouldn't be here. But thank you, also.
Well, what else have you to say, Lenny?
I went after the stuff I got my 3 for. I was told it was planted behind that cistern, and I went to get it. And it wasn't there. That's all. Who's the snout, Wembury? All right, you needn't tell me, because I know. Look after my sister, Wembury. She'll want some looking after, and I'd sooner trust you.
Hello, it's Johnny.
Hello.
You haven't been getting into trouble again, Johnny, have you? What's the charge?
You know damn well what the charge is.
What a misfortune, Sergeant. Anything he wants, let him have it at my expense.
Morris, thank you for the key, but there was no swag behind that cistern.
Key? Cistern? Swag? I don't know what you're talking about, my boy.
I came out too soon for you. It interfered with your little scheme.
Oh, really? I must protest.
Swine!
No! Look, I've got you by the throat, Meister. No, he's trying to kill me.
Let me get him, Wimbury. You look after Meister. Come on. I've got you, Lanley. Stop struggling, will you? Handcuffs quickly. Right. Is Meister hurt, Dr. Lohman?
Hurt, yes. But he'll be all right, Mr. Bliss.
I wish to God I'd killed him. Don't be so damned selfish, Lanley.
Fog's blowing up from the river. It's quite thick outside now. Is that 10:30 already, Carter?
Yes, it must be. And station clock's slowed again.
Seen any more of Mr. Bliss?
Yes, sir. He came in again for a few minutes. Wanted to see that man in the cells, Lenley. I let him have the key.
Oh, he didn't stay long?
Oh, no, sir, about 5 minutes.
Any messages?
Only one, from Atkins.
Well, the man who took Meister back to his house. What has he got to say?
Nothing new. He's watching the house. I tell him to call up every hour. Oh, by the way, sir, did you see this? It was amongst Lenley's papers. I only found it after you'd gone.
Here is the key. You can go in when you like. Number 57. This is Meister's writing.
I don't know how it'll affect the charge against Lenley.
Carter, that lets him out. Meister must have been very drunk to have written this.
What's the law?
Well, Johnny Lenley went there at Meister's invitation. Can't be burglary, can it? Meister's the landlord. Was there a key?
Yes, sir, here it is. Meister's name on the label.
Got him. I'm glad Lenley's inside, though. If ever I saw murder in a man's eyes, it was in his.
I suppose Lenley isn't the ringer.
Don't be silly. How can he be?
Wimbury! Oh, Wimbury!
Anything wrong, Lohman?
What cell did you put Lenley in?
Number 8, the far end.
The door's wide open. It's empty.
Yeah, what's that? Here, let me have a look.
Are you sure it was number 8?
Yes, it was 8, all right. By God, Lohman, he'll be after Meister. 2 of my men, quick, in here. You and you.
He's got away all right. The door into the yard's open.
Yes. I'll phone him at once.
Number, please.
Treasury 5000.
Treasury 5000.
Scotland Yard?
Give me the night officer.
Night officer speaking.
Inspector Wembury here, Flanders Lane, Deptford. Take this for all stations. Arrest and detain John Lenley, Lenley, who escaped tonight from Flanders Lane Police Station whilst under detention. Age 27, height 5 feet 10, dark, wearing a...
Blue serge
suit. He's a convict on license. Sort that out, will you?
Right, sir.
Thank you. Now, my 2 men.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You, get your bicycle and go round to all patrols. Lenley's got away. Can you describe the man?
Oh, I can, yes, sir. But it won't be easy in all this fog.
Now, you, I want you to go to Malthus Mansions. Lenley lives there with his sister. Don't alarm the young lady, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you find him, bring him in.
Very good, sir.
Oh, Lomond, how the devil did he get away?
I've got but one theory. If you put Detective Inspector Bliss on the job, he'll get away easily enough.
Hello, more trouble? What a night.
Oh, it's you, Sam. Now, what's the trouble?
Good evening, Mr. Wembury. Look what they've done to me. Why don't you stop him handing me down?
What's the trouble, Sergeant Brown?
I saw this man on Deptford Broadway and asked him what he had in his bag.
You was exceeding your duty, my man. Take him off, Mr. Wembury.
He refused to open the bag.
Naturally.
And tried to run away.
That is a lie.
Shut up, Hackett.
I then took him into custody.
What's in the bag?
Oh, no, I want to tell you about that bag. To tell you the truth, I found it. It was laying against a wall, and I says to myself, I wonder what that is. Just like that.
And what did the bag say?
Eh?
All right, Sergeant Brown, open it up. Hello, what's that?
God bless my soul if it isn't old Mr. Meister's teapot. I was only cleaning it yesterday. What coincidence. But not that he'll ever feel the loss of it. He don't drink tea.
Meister's cash box, and inside... Well, what of money? Bad luck, Hackett. Rank bad luck.
Now, good luck, I call it. I ought to get a reward for this. Here, count them notes. I know what you coppers are. If they ain't counted, to be buying a new suit next week.
All right, Sergeant Brown, charge him.
I charge this man with being in unlawful possession of property believed to be stolen.
Search him, Sergeant.
Sir. All right, come on, my lad.
No, here! You'll have to marry me now.
Name?
Samuel Cuthbert Hackett.
Address?
Buckingham Palace.
No address. What was your last job?
Chambermaid. Here, Mr. Wembury, do you know what Meister give me for 4 days' work? 10 bob. That's sweating. Besides, I wouldn't go back into that house, not if you was to give me £1 million. It's haunted, I call it.
Haunted?
Yes.
Hello?
I was in Meister's room.
Yes, Sergeant Carter.
And I was just coming away with the stuff when I heard the distant alarm ring. A secret panel opened.
Oh, I see.
And a cold hand touched me, clammy, like a dead man's hand. Well, I jumped from the window and got out on the leads.
Yeah, hold on. It's Atkins, sir, the man at Meister's house. He says he can't make Meister here. Meister's in his room with the piano, but the door's locked.
All right, let me speak to him. Hello, Atkins. Mr. Wembury speaking.
Oh, yes, sir.
Are you in the house?
No, sir, I can't get in.
Can't you make him here?
I can't get any answer at all.
You're quite sure he's in the house?
I'm quite sure, sir. I think I should tell you, sir. The Ringer's been seen in Deptford tonight.
I'll come along right away. The Ringer's in Deptford. I don't know how much of your cold hand is cold feet, Hackett, but you're coming along now to Meister's house.
No, sir, no, for
Yes,
God's
with
sake.
Dr. Lomond and me. Come on, Lomond.
I am with you, Mr. Wembury. The Scotsman's night out.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Carter. I may need it.
Hello. Yes, that's what I'm here for. What? You lost a dog? A Pekingese, eh? Yeah, a gentleman dog, answers to the name of Fluff. One black ear.
Is that you, Doctor?
I just about Wembury. What a fearful hole. Where am I?
Wish I knew for sure. Sam, where are we?
Oh, we're in Flanders Lane, all right. God, what's that?
Mind where you're going. Part of the road's up. Can't you see the red light?
I've been seeing the red light all evening. Road up, eh?
Yes, this is Flanders Lane, all right. Its other name is Little L.
That's him who's going to get the Ringer.
I can see nobody.
They're sitting on their doorsteps watching us.
What a night for the Ringer.
Pause the fly, Doctor. Him who's going to get the Ringer.
How the devil can they see?
They got rat's eyes. Hark at the rustle of them.
They're having a joke with us. Is it like this all the way, I wonder? Who are you?
Oh, I'm a night watchman. Road's up, you see. Oh, this is a horrid place, Flanders Lane. Always screaming, shouting, blue-birded. Yeah, they're like beasts down in them cellars. Some of them never comes out. And she's been hanging about all night. The lady.
What lady?
Oh, I thought she was a ghost. You see ghosts here, and here, oh, here she is again.
Don't go any further, for God's sake.
It's Quran. Where are you?
Over here. There's death there, death. I want to save you. Please, go back. Go back.
Trying to scare us, Quran. Quran! Where the devil she got to know?
Anyway, this is it. That's the street lamp outside Meister's house. And it's all right, you can hear the piano. That you, Atkins?
Yes, sir. He started to play again.
Meister! Meister!
No, won't answer, you see.
Break in the door.
No, wait a minute, sir. I can open it. Your knife. Dead easy. Now, let's get in, Governor, under this perishing fog.
Put up the lights. Constable Atkins, Viewfield, stand by this door.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Now, we'll go over and see. Meister? Meister!
Let me have a
He's
look
asleep.
at it.
Hey!
Wake up! Oh, what did I tell you? He's all right. He ain't dead.
Is he alive, Loman?
Aye, he's alive all right, but doped up to the eyes.
Dead to the world, eh?
I'm going to give me a turn. I never thought I'd be glad to see him breathing.
See if you can wake him, Doctor.
Here. Have you tried burning his ears?
That'll do, Hackett. Come over here and Tell me whereabouts in this room you were when you felt the hand.
Oh, that's easy, Mr. Wembury. There's a secret panel round about here. And it must have opened. Look at this. Remarkably like supper for two. Champagne. He was expecting somebody, Wembury.
Yes, he certainly was. I wonder who.
A woman.
Why? Don't men drink champagne?
But they seldom eat liqueur chocolates. At least not really nice men.
You're becoming a detective in spite of yourself, Doctor. Meister may have queer friends. Or the supper party may have been for your friend Mrs. Milton.
Cora Ann? Ah, good Lord, no. She's not the sort of woman who would sell her immortal soul for liqueur chocolates.
Well, who was it for, then? Lomond. You don't think he expected Mary?
Mary Lindy?
I'd give £100 to search this safe of his.
Now, what good would it do?
I bet there's enough in this safe to send him down for 10 years. But we'd never be able to get a search warrant.
You don't want a warrant, you want a key. Now's your time.
I can't do that. It's against regulations.
Suffering snakes, regulations.
Look, Governor, look. Meister's waking.
What's the time?
Just gone 11.
11? Is she here yet?
Is who here?
She said she comes. She promised faithfully. 11 o'clock. If she tries to fool me...
Who is the she, Meister? We're curious.
Nobody you know. A lady who was keeping me company. Give me a drink.
Tell him the ringer's here.
Meister, the ringer's here. In Deptford.
Here? The ringer? I'm not afraid. I've always got my stick.
Look, Governor, he's dangerous with that.
Is that Hackett? He can go.
You hear what he says? He's withdrew the charge.
Dirty thief. Bit the hand that fed him.
I like his idea of feeding margarine and rice pudding.
Try to understand what we're saying, Meister. The ringer has been seen in Deptford tonight.
Ringer's here, eh? I don't believe it. Clear out. I've got a friend coming to see me.
Your friend has a poor chance of getting in. All the doors of this room are fastened, and so is the window. Constable Atkins is on duty at that door over there.
Sir?
And the ringer's here, eh? That's good. That's the best thing I've heard for a long time. Gentlemen, you take wine with me? I give you a toast with musical honors. To a beautiful ghost, Gwenda Milton. And to Mary. Where's Mary?
That bell means somebody's trying to get into this room. Don't worry, I've got a gun. Atkins, sir, is your door locked?
Yes, sir. Keys in my pocket.
Field.
Yes, sir.
Stand by, Hackett.
I never done nothing.
I've got him fast, sir.
Now, don't you dare move, Hackett.
No fear. I'll tell you what is moving. The secret panel.
All right, Atkins. Turn out the lights.
Where are you, Meister?
No! No! No!
The ringer's come for you. That's for Gwenda.
Stand by that door, Atkins.
Yes, sir.
Put up the lights again. Who was it that screamed? Put up the lights, you damn fool.
All right, Atkins. Put on the lights again.
Wembury. Look, Meister.
God. Murdered. With part of his own sword stick through his heart.
But how? But the woman will come into the room, sir. The one what screamed.
But was it a woman who screamed?
What the hell do you mean?
No woman had the strength to strike that blow.
Yes, I can see from the window. The fog's clearing a bit. But, Mary, we've been here nearly 2 hours now.
Oh, you must be tired, Alan.
I am a bit. But we've nearly finished the search of the house.
Alan, you're sure you understand why I had to do it?
Yes, Mary, dear. I've told you, I understand. Now, you must go to bed. It's 1 o'clock. But before you go, will you give me your word of honor?
My word of honor.
Yes, that you don't know where your brother Johnny is at this moment.
I promise you I haven't seen him. I don't know where he is.
Thank you. Good night. And you will let me help you, won't you, Mary?
Don't be sentimental, Alan. It doesn't suit you.
I'm sorry.
Good night. And you're rather a dear, aren't you?
No, I think I'm a damn fool. Good night. Atkins. Have you finished the search?
Yes, Master was a fence, all right.
As if I didn't know. Atkins, is your relief here?
Yes, sir. At long last.
All right, you can go. Good night, Atkins.
Good night, sir.
Oh, good night, Dr. Lemon.
Good night, laddie. What's the matter, Wembley boy? You look worried about something. Is it about Miss Lenley?
Yes. I've just been talking to her on the phone.
And, of course, it was she who came into this room at that awkward moment?
Lomond, I'm going to take a risk and tell you something. There's no reason why I shouldn't, because this blasted business has altered all the Ringer stuff. What happened tonight, 2 hours ago, may mean ruin for me as a police officer, but... Well, yes, it was Mary Lenley.
So I supposed.
She came to get a check that Meister told her young Lenley had forged for £400. Pure invention on Meister's part.
And she got into the room?
Yes, by the secret passage. Both she and her brother knew of it. She's heartbroken.
Oh, poor kid. Still, my boy, a happy ending and all that sort of thing.
Happy ending? You're an optimist, Doctor.
I am. I never lose hope. Any news of young Lenley? That laugh we had...
No, that wasn't Lenley. There's no mystery about the laugh. It's one of the Flanders Lane people going home tight in the fog. The police on duty outside the house saw and heard him.
It sounded in the house. Well, the Ringer's work's done. There's no danger to anyone else now.
There's always danger enough. While that blight is free.
Shh. What's that noise? In the room above. Sounds like somebody moving about.
Well, there's nobody in the house, except the fellow on duty outside this door. Field?
Yes, sir.
No other people upstairs.
Not that I know of, sir.
Anybody here? Just wait here, Field. I can't see.
So, you're on duty in this house?
Yes, Doctor. I'll be popping off in a few minutes. I was just going down to the end of the street to meet my relief.
Nasty sort of job.
Well, yes, a dry sort of job.
It'll rain again soon.
If this fog clears, which I doubt. Oh, I don't know what the weather's coming to. That bird that died, sir.
He was killed?
Yes, I know. I expect he's got a fine cellar. You know what solicitors are. Nothing's too good for them. And as I said before, this is a very dry job, sir.
Aye, I heard you.
I ought to have been off duty at 12. Now it's nearly 2. These Scotland Yard people never have any consideration for a uniform
All right,
man.
Field. You can go down now.
Oh, thank you, sir.
There was a window open upstairs. A cat must have got in.
Oh, I see. Yes, thank you, sir.
You look rather scared, Wembury. What's the matter?
Yes, I feel rather scared. This place stinks of death.
You saw something, or somebody, upstairs?
Well, you're a thought reader, aren't you?
In a way, yes. At this moment, you're thinking of Central Inspector Bliss.
How did you... Yes?
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, Field, it's you again.
It's just been reported to me that a man has been seen getting over the wall.
How long ago?
About a minute ago.
Was that a cat?
You didn't see him?
No, sir. Excuse me, sir. My relief's overdue.
All right, you can go.
Thank you, sir.
What do you make of that?
It may have been one of the reporters. I'd sit on a grave to get a story.
There it is again.
That's not a cat, Wembury.
Damn the cat!
I don't know what it is, and I am not going up to see. Doctor, I'm sick and tired of the case. Utterly sick of it.
So am I. Well, I'm going home to bed.
Have a drink before you go.
Scotch. I don't mind if I do.
You know, Doctor, I don't hate the Ringer. As much as I should.
Ah, there are no really bad men who are all bad, except Meister. Just as there are no really good men who are all good.
I want to tell you something, Lemon. I know the ringer.
You know him? Really?
Yes. Well. And I'm damn glad he killed Meister.
Aye, well, let's drink to that. Tell me, Wembury, did Meister get Mary Lemley?
No, thank God.
Oh, thank God, indeed.
But it was only by luck that she was saved. Loman, I can tell you who is the ringer.
You can tell me, eh? Then who is the ringer?
I can answer that.
Yes, come in, Bliss. The door's wide open.
You are the ringer, Dr. Loman.
Bliss, what the hell are you...
Stand still, Loman.
And not so much of the Bliss. I want you, Henry Arthur Milton. I've got him covered, Wembury. You search him.
All right.
Bliss, eh? It doesn't fit you. You're the fellow who said I knifed you when you tried to arrest me 3 years ago.
So you did.
That's a lie. I never carry a knife. You know that.
I know I've got you, Ringer. That's all I know. Came from Port Said, did you? Attended a sick man there. You thought your woman knew I suspected you when she was scared that day at Scotland Yard.
You flatter yourself, my dear fellow. That woman, who happens to be my wife, was scared not because she saw you, but because she recognized me.
That Port Said story was good. You did see a sick man there. Dr. Loman, a drug addict who'd been lost to sight for years and sunk down to native level. He died, and you took his name and papers.
I also nursed him and paid for his funeral.
And that's not all. You tried to make people suspicious of me. You've got a cheek. It was you who let Lemley out of the cell.
Guilty. It was the best thing I ever did.
Clever. I hand it to you. Got your job as a police surgeon by smooging a cabinet minister you met on the boat, didn't you?
Smooging's the sort of vulgar word I'd expect you to use, Bliss. Yes, I was lucky to get the post. But then I was for 4 years a medical student in my youth. Edinburgh. I present you with that information for your...
Well, I've got you, and I charge you with the willful murder of Morris Meister.
Okay, Bliss, did you leave the front door open when you came in just now?
I am in charge of this case, Wembury. When I want your advice, I'll ask you for it. What's going on?
I told you, Arthur.
All right, Mrs. Milton. That'll do. That will do.
Cora, have a heart, Bliss.
Come on, come on. Did you hear what I said?
Oh, 1 minute. Cora Ann, you haven't forgotten.
No.
You promised me something, remember?
Yes, Arthur.
Now, look, what's the idea? You come away from him now.
You want to take him and shut him away like a wild animal behind bars, like a beast. And you think I'll let you do it? You think I'll stand right here and watch him slip into a living grave and not save him
There's
from it?
nothing you can do now.
Oh, isn't there? Then I'll show you what I can do.
You little brute! Give me that gun! I got it! Blanks, eh? Look out, Bliss! Oh, my God! The ring is gone! She's fooled us! After him, Wembury! I plucked the blasted thing from my side! Smash the panel! The key's on the other side! Laugh, will you, my lady? By God! I'll give you something to laugh at! Wembury, send that copper outside up!
Oh, clever, aren't you, Mr. Bliss? But the ringer's got you where he wants you.
You think so? You think
There's
so?
my car waiting for him outside and a plane on an airfield 10 miles out. And he's not afraid to go up in the fog.
Don't you worry, Mrs. Milton. I've got you, and where you are, he'll be. And you'll stay here under lock and key until you are wanted. And this time, the key goes into my pocket. Officer! Officer! I'm Inspector Bliss from the yard.
Cora Ann.
Oh, Arthur. Oh, I heard the warning bell. I was frightened you'd come back too soon.
Quick, before they come back. I've got the car down on the riverside. This passage leads straight there.
Arthur.
Listen. We've beaten them once again. Do you love me, Cora Ann?
No man saw the ringer again that night, or for the many nights which followed.
That was The Ringer by Edgar Wallace, adapted for stereo by Raymond Rakes. The part of the gaunt stranger who told the story was played by David Davis. Samuel Hackett, played by Bill Fraser, Morris Meister by Alan Wheatley, and Dr. Lomond by Fraser Carr. Inspector Wembury was played by Alexander John, Inspector Bliss by Geoffrey Collins, and Colonel Walford by Peter Williams. Mary Lenley was played by Kate Binchy, Cora Ann Middleton, the Ringer's wife, by Sandra Clark, and John Lenley by John Forrest. Station Sergeant Carter was played by Vernon Joyner, Sergeant Brown by Robin Brown, Detective Constable Field by John Sampson, and Police Constable Atkins by Nigel Graham. The play was produced by Raymond Rakes.